Hi, it's Garrett from Upper Edge Property Management, and in this week's video I'm going to be explaining rent control again, but specifically what forms are needed to register the rent at Residential Tenancies Branch. So in previous videos I've been kind of doing a mini series the last few weeks on rent control, why you need to register your rent, why rent control is important, what's illegal, what's not legal. Today I'm going to be outlining the two forms that you would need to register your rents at the Residential Tenancies Branch. The first form is called a Notice to New Tenant form. Now this is when you have a brand new resident, a brand new tenant, they're first moving in. It has the property address, the tenant name, what they're paying, utilities and things like that. It would have the security deposit on file. It would have something more about the building, how many units are in the building, how many bedrooms. But more importantly, it would have the actual rent that you're going to be charging that tenant for that lease term. Fill that out. You have to give a copy to the resident themselves, and then you can email or fax that form or mail it into the RTB, and they will take that information and register it in their database. The tenant is living there for the year. What is and when does the Notice of Increase in Rent form come into play? So the Notice of Increase in Rent form is to register the rent, but to specifically register a rental increase. You have to give a Notice of Rent increase at least 3 months prior to the ending date of that term, because you can only increase the rent once per year, and you have to give a minimum of 3 months notice. It would be very similar to the Notice New Tenant form, but more specifically, now you're going to have the existing rent that the tenant is paying, and then the increased rent. And then, very important, there would be a spot there on this government form that allows the tenant to dispute the increase if they see fit. Those are the two most important forms that you'll need to register your rent at RTB. Hopefully you found that helpful today. Thanks for watching.